Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for coming today. I would like to extend a warm welcome to the delegates attending the Australian Securitisation Forum 2013 conference. Before I proceed, I'd like to show my respect and acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land of elders past and present on which this meeting takes place. My name is Ricardo Gonçalves. I'll be your MC for today. I'm the newsreader for SBS World News Australia and a business reporter for the network, and it's a pleasure to be here over the next couple of days. Well, as we have so many in the room, just a few important housekeeping notes. There are bathrooms on the entry level, and the closest ones are on this level, located in the foyer just past the registration desk. Your immediate exits are by the registration desks. And importantly, we'll be introducing the use of mobile phone SMS technology to facilitate the question and answer sessions with all your speakers in all of those sessions. So please bring your mobile phones with you. Just make sure they're turned onto silent or at least vibrate. So if you can do that right now so we don't interrupt the delegates. A couple of important notes too. When you do send in those SMSs, they are completely anonymous, so we won't know who they're being sent from, and we won't record the phone numbers. The SMS or text will cost you exactly what you always pay for a text. So if you have free texting with your phone provider, then it's free. If it costs you 10 cents, then it'll cost you 10 cents. The conference has paid a small licence fee to use the service for this session. There is no premium whatsoever on the cost of the text, and so the phone number is up there. It's +61 international, but it's like I said, it's a free number if you do have it free on your service. 0429 883 481. And more importantly, when you send the text, treat it like a tweet. So you've got to keep it to under about 130 characters, but type in the letters ASF2013 first, a space, and then your question. So it's ASF2030, a space, and then a question. Well, over the next few days, you will hear from an outstanding lineup of speakers, meet with industry exhibitors, and of course, network with colleagues, old and new, during the breaks and at both of the welcome reception tonight and the gala dinner tomorrow night. If you have not registered for the gala dinner and wish to attend, you can do that by visiting the registration desk during the morning tea break today, and places are very limited. Now, without further ado, I would like to introduce the chairman of the ASF to open today, Tim Hughes.
Thanks very much, Ricardo, and welcome everyone. Nice to see I can still pull a crowd after last year. I'd like to make a big welcome to the 640 odd delegates that we've got registered for the conference. It's a record this year, and we're really pleased that there's been such interest in our securitisation conference. Appreciate I'm standing between Charles and the new Asf2013, but I'm going to keep you in suspense for a couple of minutes. I do want to highlight that it has been a fantastic year, or a very good year in the securitisation markets, and for a number of reasons. And Charles, it's been a very good year. We hope that continues. We've had record issuance. We've had massive deals from a couple of the majors that has recognised significant interest from offshore investors. We've had the orderly withdrawal of the AOFM. We've got a new government, and of course, coming into play, we've got the RBA's reporting requirements, which were announced at this conference last year. And Chris is going to take us through an update later on this afternoon on what's happening there. We really value and appreciate the regulators and the efforts that they make, particularly Charles and APRA, the RBA and ASIC, in representing our conference here and using our conference as sort of the spearhead of strategy and what's ahead for us in the securitisation industry. And I'd like to thank all the regulators for participating. I'd like to highlight a couple of other areas, and I'm just briefly going to take you through those. I'd encourage everyone to read my report in the ASJ, but a couple of highlights for the ASF this year. Education continues to be a high priority, and we continue to put a number of people through and new participants in our market through our education program. It's highly regarded and a lot of work goes into that. We certainly appreciate any feedback and we're constantly looking to improve and upgrade that program. Our evening series have been extremely topical and well received and certainly well supported by industry. Membership's going to be a real focus for us this year. We really want to find out what our members want, what more they want out of the ASF, and we really appreciate all of you participating in that. People will be coming around, whether it's the National Committee or whether it's the executive of the ASF, to talk to you and really get some feedback from the membership in terms of what they'd like to see going forward. Three other areas in particular I'd like to mention and new initiatives. One is the establishment of Women in Securitisation, our subcommittee there, which has been spearheaded by Mary Plowman, Sarah Hoffman and Sophie Sullivan. The charter of the subcommittee is currently being finalised, and Mary will take the opportunity at tomorrow night's dinner to outline a little bit more about women in securitisation and what we have planned there. The second item I'd like to talk about is the launch of the new RMBS Total Return Index generated by Macquarie Bank. Next month, the resource page of the ASF website will publish the index, a new Total Return RMBS Index. The intention in developing the index is to create an approximate measure for Australian RMBS returns and the volatility of those returns over time. The initial index is a constant weighted average life index, which is defined by a continuously evolving set of underlying residential mortgage-backed securities. Stephen Mayer, the head of Macquarie Bank Debt Markets Analysis, will be taking us through a brief overview of the index during a session tomorrow morning. Finally, the ASF Research Award. We're currently establishing an ASF Research Award for 2014. This is to promote innovative and insightful research into Australia's securitisation market. The inaugural award will be $10,000 and is co-sponsored by Vernon Spencer's Stargate Foundation. The ASF National Committee members, Vernon and Rob Camilleri, will take us through the ASF Research Award again at tomorrow night's dinner. Finally, I'd like to thank the organisers, particularly Harriet and Susanna from CEM, our sponsors, the ANZ for the gala dinner tomorrow night, our silver sponsors S&P, CBA, Moody's, NAB, Perpetual and Westpac, and our bronze sponsors JP Morgan, the Australian Executive Trustees, Barclays, Deutsche Bank, Fitch and QBE. RBS, of course, for our badges that we're all wearing, First Mac for our after party, and all of our exhibitors outside, Deloitte's, Bloomberg, Genworth, Intex and Mortgage. At the welcome reception later on this afternoon, we will announce 2 ASF Fellows, so I encourage you all to be there for that. We will also hold the AGM tomorrow morning at 8:30, and we do encourage all members to attend. We've got 3 committee memberships up for nomination, and we have 6 candidates for those positions. I said before that usually it's trying to extract teeth, trying to get people to join a committee. It's nice to know that we actually have 6 people that want to join and try and add value to what we're doing. So I really encourage many of you to attend tomorrow at 8:30. Just in passing, we have 2 retiring members, Pat Tuttle and Peter Rollison, who are not seeking re-election. I just personally want to thank both Pat and Peter for their service to the ASF, for their contribution. Pat in particular as Deputy Chair and a member of the Executive Committee. Thank you both and really appreciate the work that you've done on behalf of the ASF. In terms of the Executive, I'd also like to thank Chris Dalton, Alex Sell and Alison Roll, our full-time ASF employees. Alison will be leaving us this week to join her husband in London, and we wish Alison all the best. We also welcome Ivana Magan to take Alison's place. Most of you will know Ivana. She's well known to the industry, and we welcome her. So with that, I invite you all to enjoy the conference, and I look forward to catching up with you all later. So I'll hand it back to Ricardo to introduce Charles, who actually needs no introduction. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Tim. And I'm sure everyone's pretty keen to hear what Charles has to say. So please welcome to the stage Charles Littrell, the Executive General Manager of Policy, Research and Statistics at the Australian Prudential Regulation Authority, to tell us more about what we all want to know that came out today, the Asf2013. Thank you, Charles.
For those of you standing, the first 5 minutes of this is quite boring, so if you just wanted to come in and get seats through here, it's not going to interrupt anything important. Okay. Well, Tim said this is supposed to be a spearhead, and he didn't say where I should insert the spearhead, but we'll see where we go. Okay. Good afternoon. I propose to take up this year's address where I started last year, which was reminding ourselves of APRA's statutory mission. We are required under the APRA Act to balance safety with efficiency, competition, contestability, and competitive neutrality. As a matter of equivalent statutory importance, we promote systemic stability. And parliamentary draftsmen are not noted for their careless language, and the use of two different verbs here is worth noting. In carrying out our mission, APRA much prefers to take a principles-based approach. In the case of securitization over the past decade, it would be fair to say we found ourselves relying a bit too much on detailed rules. Our proposed reforms, among other purposes, are meant to address this issue. As we've reconsidered our prudential approach to securitization during the past year, we've sought to redefine the principles that apply in this area. Under the current prudential arrangements, which have existed for some time,